Hello. So, if it was not really yet confirmed, the Liverpool are out of the Europa League campaign, and it's one of those ones that you really want to forget. You really want to forget as soon as possible. Because I have no idea what has really happened with my team. And to be honest, I actually believe that Klopp has no idea as well, because you see the guy is even while he's watching, he's just like, wow. Literally, it's just like, wow, he doesn't even know what's happening with the team. I don't really know what's happening with the team. But I know that when the manager talked about that, I'm running out of energy, what he really meant now. Because you can see that sometimes he's giving his all, preparing the team to go fight, and somehow the fight is just disappearing while you're on the pitch. We had one of our best starts in a long time today against Atalanta. 7 minutes, Trent Alexander-Arnold with one of his deliveries creates a penalty. Mo Salah scores the penalty, and I'm like, wow, is my team about to do something special? Are we gonna try? Is this gonna turn up? And guess what? I'm celebrating. It's my birthday, by the way. And I'm like, am I going to get the best present of the day? So I got that. My team won. But I still feel like I lost. Because in truth, I lost. Because I'm out of the tournament. We needed to score at least 2 extra goals to actually take this game into the extra time. But now watching the game going forward, from the moment Salah scored that chance that Trent Alexander-Arnold created, going forward, it was just so sucking, if you know what I mean. It was just draining. The team tried, the team fought, the team played so well, the movement, the passes, everything you'd expect from Liverpool. I was seeing it in the game, but somehow I just started to feel like I'm going out of the place. Maybe it was because, the time was moving down, and the more the time kept on moving down, the more it actually became clear in my mind that, okay, so at the end of the day, we are losing this game because my team doesn't feel like wants to score. And again, for the third game in a row, Cody Gakpo has outperformed himself. Usually, he has been the people's target man. They talk about it, but in the pitch, you could see that him, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Alisson were the active players. They were fighting, doing as much as they could. Of course, the other ones did so well, like the likes of Andy Robertson, trying to set up, trying to create something, but something wrong with our front line that we just cannot just turn those creation into goals. There were moments we were doing so well that this Atalanta team's back would not even have a keeper, but somehow the defender would get to the ball first. So there was something different, especially in the first half, that my team from the midfield going backwards, they were the first players to get to the ball whenever they lose it. They were the first to fight to win those lost balls, try to attack. Of course, there were some few mistakes, but we were quickly to fight back those mistakes, to get the balls and to try and create something. But when it goes to our front line, when it goes to the Diaz, goes to the Salas, it just, it felt like we were absorbed. The energy was just absorbed, and we just became anonymous. We just failed to live. we were being sucked out of this. And that's one thing that you have to give some respect to Atalanta. They knew that they'd done the game at Anfield. So one thing that they just had to make sure was to not allow Liverpool to be on some dangerous place. They were fighting for the ball when it comes to the back line. They could allow you to have the ball in your yard. That's why some of the stats that you were hearing from this, they're saying that Alisson had the second most touches in the game, starting 11 tonight of Liverpool. 105 touches of your goalkeeper. That tells you everything you need to know if you were expecting your team to win. If your goalkeeper had 105 touches of the ball, that tells you that Atalanta were comfortable with Liverpool's backline playing the game. There was some points when I had some of the comments that people were saying that Alisson is like the quarterback of Liverpool. He's doing everything he could, but they just cannot find the spaces which they can head this team. And this team did it so well because they had 29%. The whole entire game, Atalanta had 29%, while Liverpool had 71% of position. But where was this 71 position? At their own backside, at their own side of the ground. When they were moving forward, it was easy for them to turn back with the ball because either three players were going to stand around the player and force the ball back or something, and they did it so perfectly well. Today, they had this element of marking, zonal marking, while also man-to-man marking. That is something that I've never seen. So what I'm trying to say is this. The manager of Atalanta would tell an individual person that Salah is your player. But while he's your player, I want your midfield and also the other player to come in behind Salah and try to create that three triangle around him to force him either to take the ball backwards or to try to pass it sideways. And sideways, there was already a player standing with the player, but with another one supporting. That's what they did. Their strike force were working so hard as defenders, as well as their midfielders, which made it so difficult for Liverpool to create anything meaningful in the game. If you could go watch the heat map of the game, you could see that the game was played morely in the half of Liverpool every single time because they just could not break the team down. And when they tried to do the long ball, it was easy for them to be intercepted because I don't know if you have checked it. They have tall defenders. And that's for that. In all of that, it just took away the energy, just zapped away the fighting spirit from these boys, and there is just nothing that they could do. That's the only thing I can. There was just nothing that they could do. We are used to Liverpool's substitutions to become the limelight, the players that brings back the team into fight action to do something. But somehow, when I now think about it, putting Nunes, putting Jota, and I think was it Elliot in the other side, it actually took away the fighting spirit we had. In fact, in the second half, it has to be one of the worst, if not the worst, I've seen Liverpool play with the ball, with everything, but just cannot do anything. Creation was at a highest possibility when Trent Alexander-Arnold was in, when they were working together with Andy Robertson. He gave me the vibe of what they used to do before we got into this moment, before Klopp started talking about losing energy. That's what it gave me, that feeling, but somehow it disappeared. So again, I'm going to repeat this. 69 chances which have been created in the last 3 games. Yet we have 1 goal. And that 1 goal is a penalty, people. Something is wrong with our team, man. Something is wrong with our team. And the fact that we try to look at the positives, the fact that we are just no longer there at all. This team, it's now vibes, FC. I'm telling you, we are just there for the vibes. Let's see where the season takes us. In fact, 90% of the content creators of Liverpool, I'm sure they're already starting to talk about what happens next season. What are we expecting from next season? What can we do? Are we ready for a reset? Are we ready to start again? Are we ready to move away from club type of gay football to, in some people's belief, to Amaron type of football? A new manager, a new formation, 3-4-3 according to what we have been told. We have just switched off from this season in a situation where I did not expect. We expected to be fighting for a quad. Now it feels like we're just going to finish with the Carabao Cup trophy. The trophy we won. It's gonna be very sad to be running around the entire Liverpool with that guard of owner car, with one trophy, which is the smallest of all the 4 trophies which we could have won, as well as maybe some of the trophies that Klopp won in his career. So it means that we are literally going to be celebrating more what we did in our career. And there was a documentary which was being done, This All or Nothing for Liverpool. Now it's going to be one of the saddest documentaries I've ever seen. But what can we say? That's where we are now, people. That's where we are. We have just disappeared, man. I'm telling you, Liverpool have just switched off. The players have switched off. They're already ready for what's going to come next season. Some players are already, some of the fan bases are already asking when are the likes of some of the big players are leaving, so that we could have a new reset, new blood, new team. Let's give Amiron a new team. Because somebody was saying, which I think was actually good advice, that what failed the most again about Sir Alex Ferguson's United was they tried to hold on more into the players who gave them success in the past. But it's actually more advisable that we create a new team, a new future with a new manager. What Klopp was able to do was to change the Liverpool. He kept some of the important players, the Henderson, the Milners, who else? The Milners and the Firmino, but Firmino was just one of those new prospects and was able to take away the olden regime and try to find something new with the Gomez's and stuff. And maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe that's what we really need to do, because I'm looking at this moment and I'm talking to you. There are 6 games left for Liverpool this season to be over. Yeah, because we are out of all the other competitions. So 6 games only left for this season to come to an end, and I'm already no longer into this season. We still have a possibility of winning the trophy, but I just don't feel like we can score a goal. Just don't feel like it. It feels like what used to be our limelight, what gave us hope that our strike force always scores goals. It's no longer that at all at the moment, and we just have to see what happens. Like I'm saying, it's now vibes FC. Let's just hope of whatever we get this season, and let's see what happens next season, as it could be a new era of Liverpool. I'm already seeing other content creators talking about who's going to take over the position of Liverpool as one of the big 3 for the past few seasons that have been, and what's gonna be like, because one of the greatest managers leaving in Klopp. We are already getting replaced. As a team, we're getting replaced, and I don't think there's any Liverpool fan with actually enough energy in them to come in and trying to fight and trying to defend their team. And it's very, very awkward. It's very weird. I never expected myself to be in that kind of environment. I never thought that I find myself in that situation of giving up to that extent. But that's where I feel like my team is, and that's where I feel like we are already as a team. Liverpool are just done for the season with 6 games to go. Can somebody give me how many minutes those are? We are just done. I don't know what's going to happen going forward to the next season. What are the changes? But one thing I'm telling you, I'm curious. I'm excited over to see where we go from what Klopp is. I like to look at what Klopp did to Liverpool as a template of what the club used to be and can be. And now we have to find the right personnel, the right management to come and carry this team from where it is to where it could be. And I'm excited with the fact that we could be getting a young manager who could actually be able to implement what has been working for him and create a new philosophy in this team. You see? Even my mindset is already talking about what's going to happen in the next season. And I'm supposed to be talking about how we lost in Europa. The truth of the matter is that we have already lost people, and the truth of the matter is that we have to move on. The energy has to be now only focusing on next season, because this season we are done. We are done as a team. So thank you very much for the people who have still been watching with me, and I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. What did you think of the performance? Did the Liverpool team let us down? Or maybe they are just tired as we are? because I never thought I would be saying this thing. I'm tired. I was excited over this season, especially because I never predicted my team or ourselves to be where we are. We kind of like overachieved, and doing that, it became so exciting. It gave us something, to live by. Now it's just gone just like that. And because it's Liverpool 2.0, there's still so much rebuild that has to be done. And now it's no longer in the hands of the guy who started this. He's passing the baton to the new person, to the new management, to the new regime. Let's just find out what's happening. And the interesting part, the technicality or the whole entire staff room of him, backroom staff of his is going. It's literally going to be swipe left. We are starting new after 6 games. And let's hope to see where that takes us. So thank you very much for watching. It's been Sam. I hope you learned something. I hope it gives you that energy if you are tired to be very, very excited over what the future holds for us. Because that's the only thing that I'm doing now. I've been your host, Sam. Let's see what we can get out of this season. At this moment, it feels like nothing, and it is nothing because us now also out of the UEFA, City out of the UEFA, Liverpool out of Europa. So in terms of all the teams who are fighting for the titles, all of them are out, and the only thing that they're gonna be fighting for is the league. And there are 6 games to go, and the team that has always been people's favorites are 2 points ahead of the rest of the pack. So all in all, things are making sense that City are running away with this. We are out. We'll see on another one. We'll be talking title race, like I told you. Exciting things are going to be to talk about the title race. Let's see what happens. But thank you very much for watching. I've been your host, Sam. I'll see you on another one. Like the vid and subscribe. We're out. Peace.